Whoa. I almost flew out of my chair, dude.
Oh, no.
I was flying.
Dude, we don't have workman's comp over here, so you better watch out.
That was awesome.
Oh, that was Loca by Modern Revolt on No Copyright Sound. So
Whoa.
if you want to take a look at that music,
I got to be honest with you.
you're more than welcome to.
We got that turned up loud in here.
It's really loud in our ears.
It's like I don't even know what's going on. It's
Way too loud.
yes, obviously.
Way too loud.
But I like it. I don't turn it down.
Oh no, never.
Don't do it.
We only turn up here. We only turn up on the Oh Yeah podcast with NALO and Phil.
That jumbled up my insides.
Hey, listeners, guess what? My premium trial expires in 4 days of Malware Bites. I don't know why that keeps coming up, because I don't have the premium version of
Well,
it.
you need to make sure that you
I don't need it.
upgrade if you need it.
I am a tech guru. That's why we held Techtoberfest the other day. Oh, can you hear that?
Should this be in or out of the screen?
Just bring it in. I want you to drink that all night long. Tell everybody that Full Throttle is good.
Sponsored
stuff.
by no. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
yeah.
That would be awesome. Please. Is it still owned by Coca-Cola?
I don't know. Take a look. Well, it's probably bottled by Coca-Cola, but it might not be owned by Coca-Cola.
Manufactured for Full Throttle Energy Company.
So it is its own company, but is it bottled by Coca-Cola? Do we know? Does it say?
I think it used to be. Now they branched out and did their own thing. It's good. It's just good.
It's just good. So NALO is drinking Full Throttle. What's the taste here? What is the
Citrus.
citrus?
All of the citruses.
So today we are live on Philo TV's
Yes, we are.
Twitch channel. That's me, Philo.
You're Philo TV.
Yeah, Philo TV. That's my name. Actually, my legal name. So
It's kind of funny that it's NALO and Philo.
yeah. So I was talking to Sarah about this the other day. It's like
Yeah.
you have the first two letters of your first name and
That's
the first
when-
two letters of your last name.
Yeah, that's where NALO comes from.
And I have
First
like,
three.
the first four of my name,
Yeah.
and then the first three of my last
PH
name.
counts as one.
Yeah, I guess because it makes one sound. It should just be F.
Yeah.
Phillow.
Phil.
Fluffy Pickle, what's up? So for our listeners, we have people in our chat again, and we will be interacting with our chat today
Yes.
because this is kind of just a crazy episode,
Yeah, about the first 45 minutes is our podcast.
which we are recording
Yeah,
the audio.
So, I mean, that's something you can go back later and listen to, or go to YouTube, or come back to Twitch and watch the old streams or whatever. But it's basically just fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we also post on YouTube, too, so go check that out. We posted an
that
episode
old
today.
thing?
We posted an episode today. So our last episode, if you wanted to listen to it, is now live on any podcast RSS feed thing that you can do, and then YouTube. And yeah, so go watch it or
Oh.
listen to it.
I'm not homophobic, but just wondering, are you bras a couple?
Nah, bro. No, bro.
No, dude.
We're happily married.
Been married for 15 years.
I can't say that, but I have been married a year and a few months
To a woman.
to a lady, a beautiful woman, like
Yeah,
you're saying.
she's way cooler than me, but,
What? No, she
Yeah.
she don't do this with me.
well,
You got a leg up,
yeah.
maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, she cool.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Your
cool.
wife cool, too.
Your wife's cool. Hey, what's up, Jake? That's my brother,
Dude,
Guero49.
that's a funny name. I like it.
Yeah, because his wife is Spanish.
Guero 49.
Guero. Hey.
I just had a burrito for dinner. So
Yeah.
That's, we're vibing.
We vibing. He's drinking Full Throttle. We out here.
Yeah, that's
You're-
a Mexican energy drink right here.
So today we're going to do a little off the cuffness. We're going to talk about maybe some news that's happening now.
Yeah.
We're just honestly scrolling through Google News talking about stuff. So if you want to hang out and ask us questions while we're doing this, we'd be happy to answer anything, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird for me because I get my news from Facebook. So,
Oh, boy.
yeah.
I honestly look at Google News probably every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, burritos are lit. That's what I'm talking about, Jake. Woo! But yeah, I look at Google News probably every day just to see what's going on in the world, and most of the time it's terrible, and I stop looking at it within 2 minutes of looking at it the first time. So, but something came up today.
Yeah.
On some news here. We're gonna switch to this view right here. So
Yeah.
the headline of this news article is Fortnite players discover fish that deals massive damage.
This is crazy.
So Fortnite just came out with another season, a new
Yeah.
season, Well, I guess it's not. It's a chapter. So it's chapter 2, season 1. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But so
No, yeah, you're right. I was just reading about it.
you can fish in this new version of this Fortnite, and you can go grab a fishing pole, you cast it on out there into the waters, and apparently there is a 1 in 1,000 hit of a mythical goldfish that you can grab out of the water.
Wait. 1 in 1,000? That's not very much.
Yeah, I know. It's
I feel like in
very
one
rare.
Night, I mean, like, I feel like in one night you could fish 1,000 times and get it.
Right, but it's not guaranteed 1 in 1,000. It's like it's 1 in 1,000 for all of the players in the entire world. So
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's kind of common, maybe. At least that's what I heard, that it was like a 1 in 1,000. Maybe we'll read this article and it'll tell me wrong.
Yeah.
But that's what I heard on a Twitch stream that I was watching today.
So basically, there's these new things.
It's a
new
trophy.
trophies.
Yeah.
And awards that you can get in Chapter 2, Season 1.
Yeah. And this is one little, like, I guess, what would this be? It would be like a little, what are they called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking right now of what little small, like,
I don't know.
I don't even know. I can't even remember. But anyways, you can fish these things out, and guess what? They become a weapon, so you can actually put them in your inventory and then throw them at people.
It doesn't
and
look
hurt
like
them.
a weapon, but it looks like maybe a heavy trophy.
And
or something.
it sounds like a metal gong when you get hit by it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I saw the guy destroying his builds.
Yeah. I wonder if it tells you. No, it doesn't tell you how rare they are. But it looks like they do like over 200 damage or something, and that's basically as much health as you can have. So it can one shot you,
which is really crazy.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, that's the first article we're looking at.
It says some people claim it can one-shot enemies, but some clips show it hitting islanders without instantly killing them. So maybe it's like a direct hit or a head
or
shot
maybe
or
it's
something.
like a radius, like it's like a grenade kind of, where
be.
you have to hit them like directly to do some major damage to them.
It does say it makes a clanking sound, and it really does. Like it's a really. Ba-dang.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play that clip because we'll probably get copyrighted for it. But yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
kind of funny.
I thought that was
Oh my
pretty
gosh.
cool. Pretty neat.
Pretty neato. What other Google News?
Let's see here.
Let's just read a few of them and let's see if we want to go into them. Okay. Are those fake Lamborghinis and Bugattis sold online just about fun, or is it fraud? I don't know. Should we go into that one? I don't know.
No, you know what? I would like to comment on that.
Wait. What?
We live here in Montana.
Montana,
right? So
yeah.
The most supercars of any state are registered in Montana.
Yeah, and you know
There's
what?
less than 1 million people that live here, and there's almost 1 million supercars
No way.
registered here.
That's crazy. So when I lived in California, every supercar that I saw almost had Montana plates on it. Now, NALO, I want you to tell me why that is.
Okay, well,
Do you know why? Because I kind of know, but I'm not 100%.
I think it has to do with taxes on registering something of high value like that. So, but I think you have to own property here.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to register a vehicle in Montana. You actually have to have property, and you have to be able to prove that you live there for a certain amount of time in the year or something like that.
Or you own like there's a lot of people that are out-of-staters that have apartment buildings and things like that. So they own them, and they're the landlords for them.
Yeah, you have to like get a bill for like utilities and stuff here to be able to
I
prove
think as long
that.
as you have a deed, like a deed
okay.
for property.
I guess that would work, huh?
Yeah, something that you own in the state that's a permanent residence.
Yeah. That was my take on it too. I think they're trying to dodge the major taxes that you get, especially because in California there's sales tax and it's like 10%. So if you buy a $250,000 supercar, it's going to be a hefty bill of sales tax for that.
And I don't, it's probably not 1 million cars, but it's the most supercars of any state
It's a lot.
registered. And we do. I mean, there are some. I mean, for a small town that we live in, there's a lot of supercars around.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Ferrari the other day just pulling out of a gas station, which was pretty nuts.
I think the ratio for
I was with you when we did that.
Yeah.
When we saw that Ferrari.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's higher for the population. Higher.
It is higher
for the population of Montana, but for any state, I mean, most of them aren't even here. So
Ooh, okay. So Higher Justice says, look at these podcasters podding
sounds
it
like
up.
tax fraud. I agree, Jake.
Yeah. It actually, I think it actually is technically tax fraud
Huge.
if you don't spend time
There's a
here.
huge amount.
He makes a good point though. Emissions. You can dodge emissions by registering your vehicle here because you have to go through emissions testing in most other states.
I guess
Washington
you're
and
right.
California included because that's where I lived previously, and they required emissions testing in certain counties.
So you can just modify your car however you want. It's registered in Montana. They can't.
Yeah,
they can't get you.
Yeah.
That's good because I think restrictions on car modifications are dumb.
I agree with you. Well, the other thing, when you mod your car, that's not technically insured either. So, if they found out that you had modified your car as an insurance company, they technically have a right to decline you any coverage. So it's important to report any changes that you make to your vehicle.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do that.
But nobody ever does
for
that.
my Jeep.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
There's almost no factory parts left on it.
It's mostly like when you try to claim, say, you had that big, huge bumper on the front of your Jeep,
Yeah.
and it got all messed up in a wreck. You
Yeah.
can't claim that it had that on there unless you had insured it.
Yeah.
And so they can replace it with an OEM bumper, but they can't replace it with the... Because your bumper, I guarantee, is more expensive than an OEM bumper for a Jeep.
Honestly, I don't think so.
Well, I guess OEM parts are getting up there
Yeah,
nowadays.
they're very expensive, especially metal bumpers like that.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. I'm just blowing smoke over here.
He doesn't even know. People.
Jake says inspections don't have to happen when you have Montana plates. Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna get a Lambo and just get like 1,200 horsepowers.
1,200 horsepowers, HPs, them horsies.
Yeah, I like that on that one YouTube channel that we like to watch. They say Herspers.
What is this YouTube channel that you're talking about?
Herspers.
I don't think I've ever seen this YouTube channel.
This is yeah. You have.
No, I haven't. What is it?
Somebody knows.
Heck yeah, cut them converters off. Yeah, them catalytic converters. Get them things out of there. Jake was just recently dealing with a car that had a catalytic converter that got completely melted together. Like it was completely melted solid. And it kept the exhaust from exiting the vehicle. So he had to cut it out and put a new one in there.
What's actually really funny about catalytic converters is that they're made with palladium, and palladium comes from Montana. It's like one of the only places in the world where palladium comes from, and it's right here close to Billings.
I did not know that.
In the... Not the Beartooths, but the Bear... I don't know, whatever mountain range is right next to Beartooths comes out of there.
Yeah, I have no idea. But that's cool to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's some palladium.
Hey, you can learn some stuff here on the Oh Yeah podcast if you take a listen here and there.
Yeah.
I wanted to look up this YouTube channel that you were talking about Herspers. Do you remember what it is?
Yeah, I blanked it, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is it Hoonigans? Is it that one?
No.
Oh, yeah! Sorry, somebody just commented that in the chat, and I feel like I have to do that every time they do that. Sorry for the listeners who are wearing headphones that just got ruined.
That's okay. I'll turn you all the way down when I do edits. Oh, what happened in that blank spot?
Phil just got a little crazy. Just a little bit too crazy.
He was going nuts.
All right. Let's see if we can find some more Google news.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. This is Billings local news.
Yeah.
Body of deputy killed in icy accident escorted to medical examiner in Billings.
Ooh.
That's actually kind of interesting. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah.
Okay. Law enforcement and first responders from 15 agencies escorted the body of Gallatin County Sheriff's Office Deputy Jake Almendinger to the state medical examiner's office in Billings Monday morning. Almendinger, 31, was fatally injured over the weekend after he went under his vehicle while trying to reach a stranded driver in the Bridger Mountains. That is just severely unfortunate, very sad news from some local law enforcement, and it looks like he was over close to Bozeman.
Yeah,
in the Bridger Mountains.
You know,
it's unfortunate.
I went to high school with some Almendingers, so
you possibly know some of his family members.
Yeah, he's not too far off in age from me. So
I think if you look at I think it's either the Yellowstone County Sheriff's Department or the Gallatin County Sheriff Department's Facebook page, they have a fundraiser going for this guy.
Nice.
I just saw it on Facebook actually.
Yeah,
that's where I got my news.
Sweet.
So
best place ever.
If you'd like to donate to this guy, this is what he looked like. Unfortunately, he has passed away.
Yeah.
But sad news. But people have started a nice little fundraiser for him. So if you can head over there and donate some money to him, I'm sure their family would appreciate it.
For sure. Yeah, that sounds
Hey.
like a worthy cause for sure.
Yeah, man.
We got to support our law enforcement, the good ones.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, so we got some people in chat. They're talking to us.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
So we were talking about the cars, though, and then Jake says that he had to work on the Nissan Murano that someone had put diesel in it, and that happens way more often than you think.
Oh my gosh! So when I worked at Volkswagen,
Yeah.
we had diesel Volkswagens, and we also had diesel Mercedes vehicles, and more often than not, it was a woman who put diesel in her car or the opposite. They put gas in their diesel car because they were so used to having a gas vehicle previously.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, if no one tells you, it's a pretty honest mistake if you've never dealt with diesel or any of that kind of stuff before. So yeah, we had a few vehicles that were completely ruined because someone put diesel in them, or vice versa, gas in a diesel or diesel in a gas. So
Right.
one way, if I'm not mistaken, Jake, one way is worse than the other. If you put gas in a diesel or diesel in a gas, one way is worse than the other, and I can't remember which one it is.
I feel like
I think it's diesel in a
with
gas.
Yeah.
Because you can put gas in a diesel because diesel is heavier gasoline than gasoline.
They'll still both run terribly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the gasoline car with diesel is not going to run at all.
I agree. Yeah.
It's just going to get flooded and gross, and then you got to. It's usually someone tops their tank off too, and so you got to drain this entire full tank of diesel, and diesel gas smells terrible. Diesels in general smell terrible.
I agree.
Silly, stupid diesels. Big giant trucks all over the place blowing
dude.
black smoke.
I mean, that's why I drive an electric vehicle.
I don't. I drive a big old fat Jeep.
That is not why I drive an electric vehicle, actually. But it is kind of funny how your mindset changes when you start driving a car that makes no noise and makes no smells. And it's just an overall much better driving experience to not have any noise going on besides the music that you're listening to.
Oh, it is weird riding in that rig with you.
Interesting situation. Soda's in the chat. He says, "Why don't you have ad block? I didn't want to see it." You know what? I don't know why, because I'm new to Twitch and I honestly don't even know how to turn that off.
I like the ads,
so you can just watch them. Maybe you should have ad block on your web browser so that you can't see them.
Just here's ad block. Just do this.
Yeah.
Oh, can't see it. I cannot see the ads.
That's funny.
For our listeners, we were putting
do.
our hands over our face.
He does
so
have
see.
ad block.
Oh, well, I guess Twitch is just
or maybe
better
he's
than you.
saying he does put his hands up because he doesn't want to see us.
Maybe.
I don't want to see you, Phil.
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny. No,
That's awesome.
you had ads. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, on the Gazette. Oh, he was talking about. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? This computer is not my main computer. I don't have ad block on it. Sorry. I actually probably turned it off or haven't added it to this browser yet because
I wouldn't even go to the Gazette. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now,
I hate their
the
website.
local Gazette website is really terrible. Like, they make you do surveys and junk just to read like a little tiny article that you're interested in.
Yeah, so
by
you
the
read,
time the survey pops up, you're like, I'm not interested anymore. I'll go find it somewhere else.
you read the first literally the first half of a sentence, and then it cuts it off and blanks it out, and it's like,
It, like,
you need to
blurs
answer a
the
survey.
letters.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, no, I'm not interested. The
wanna
headline was
continue
good enough
reading.
for me. At least I kind of know what happened.
Yeah, and it doesn't even just barely block it. It's like it blurs the letters, so you feel like you're like,
You're like, wait, did my eyesight just go really bad? Oh,
I can't read it.
Jake has an answer for our diesel and gas and
Oh,
gas
what?
and diesel question.
Does he?
says diesel and gas engine is better than gas in a diesel.
Oh,
Diesel engine burning gas will melt the engine. Gas engine just won't run on diesel.
depends on how you look at it, because that sounds like a much more interesting, better show. Like
what
just
do you
burn
mean?
that engine.
Maybe that's
down.
what happened to that truck that you were talking about
Maybe.
in a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
Or an episode. Well, it's an unreleased episode. So if you're here on the live stream of Twitch, you're getting that information.
That's right. Yeah, one of my neighbor's houses burned down
Early.
because they had truck caught on fire in their garage. It's
Bummer,
pretty
yeah.
crazy and tragic.
Yeah.
Very fascinating to watch them firemen, though,
Yeah.
battle that fire. So you have to hear.
You'll have to listen to the last episode because it was not on Twitch.
No, it was in.
It was in our Halloween
Oh,
episode.
yeah, that's the one coming out here shortly.
And we look ridiculous in our Halloween episode, I'll tell you that right now.
This is like weird. This is like
It's
podcast
messing,
inception.
oh,
though.
man, it's messing with my mind.
Because if you're listening to this audio only, the Quicky's already been out. The Halloween special already been out.
And you're really confused as to why we're talking about it like it hasn't happened yet.
But if you're watching live, then yes, it's in the next release, which is the day before Halloween.
But you also haven't heard it or seen it yet, so you're also really confused as to why we're talking about it.
Let's
Let's
I don't
just
even know.
move on.
I quit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I want to talk about baseball for a second.
Okay, wait. What happened in baseball?
Well,
There was something big that happened in baseball recently, right?
yeah, I'm a huge baseball fan, and the Astros destroyed the Yankees at the I say destroyed, but really, it was such a good game. It was such a good game. Let me just kind of paint this picture for you here, because Astros start off the series. You got to win 4 out of 7, right? So you got to win the most of a series. It's normally a series of 4 games, maybe 5 games, but in a championship, it's 7 games. So American League Championship, National League Championship, World Series. All 3 of those series, you got to win 4 out of 7. And, dude, my team, the Cincinnati Reds, they've been out of it for months because they suck. But so I've been an Astros fan. I really like their team. I really like the Astros. And I don't like the Yankees. So it was really easy for me to root for the Astros, and they were ahead. Okay, so they had 3 games to 1. No, 3 games to 0. Yankees win 1, so it's now 3-1. Then they win another one, so it's 3-2. So this is game 6, right?
Yeah,
So
pretty important game.
Pretty important game. So Astros could win and go to the World Series,
Yep.
or Yankees could win and keep the Astros out of the World Series for one more game. And so Astros, they're doing great. Right in the first part of the game, they go all the way ahead to 4 runs, and it was, or 3 runs or whatever, to 0. So they were a shutout almost all the way until the end. Yankees score 2, so now it's 4-2, and they get into the 9th inning. This is Astros last at bat, so they don't score. Yankees last at bat. They hit a 2-run homer and tie the game. Astros couldn't come back and beat them, so it goes into the 10th inning, and then
I had no idea that this game was this crazy. Like
Yeah.
I just heard that. Oh yeah, that the Astros won.
so
But-
the whole time the Astros are winning, and they're so confident, and, like they're in at the Astrodome, or whatever the new stadium is, but they're it's so crazy. Everyone's super confident, and then the Yankees hit this 2-run homer to tie the game in the bottom of or top of the 9th inning. So they're
That is so unfortunate for Astros. They're like
I
just
know.
crying in the stands.
So then they couldn't come back, and then the Yankees are back up to bat, and then they could get any kind of points and win,
Yeah.
So they hold them, and then they come back to the bottom of the 10th inning and answer with another 2-run homer. The Astros hit a 2-run homer.
That is
and
a drastic turn of events.
a walk-off homer. It was the coolest thing ever, and done by Jose Altuve. And he's like one of the shortest guys.
So it's like me.
Yeah, he's short. No,
Wait, is he 5'7"?
He's less
For a baseball player, that's fairly short.
He's less than 6 feet tall.
Wow.
And then they have him standing next to Aaron Judge, who's like 6'6",
A giant.
yeah,
A freak
6
of nature.
plus. And dude, it is hilarious because he's like half his size, but he has twice as many homers.
That's
Like,
hilarious. That is
so,
funny.
but yeah, it was him, and they expected big things from him, and he came up and delivered. And I was like, it was 11:30, and I'm like watching this game, like, oh come on! And it was so cool. And I don't know if the World Series is going to be better than that game.
Yeah, it's just kind of a letdown after. It's like the ODST.
It's so true. Yeah, that's my comparison that I use all the time. But I mean, okay, so you have now Nationals and Astros going to the World Series, and there's going to be a lot of Nationals fans because this is the first time Nationals have ever been to the World Series.
Oh wow!
And now there's only one team that has never been to the World Series.
What team is that?
Make a guess. Just a guess.
Is it your team?
No.
Okay. Dude, I don't even. The Diamondbacks.
That's a good guess, but no. It's the Seattle Mariners.
The Mariners have never been to.
Nope.
Oh, my grandparents are probably going to be so mad if they ever watch this.
Yeah, so
bringing
they're
that up, just digging it in.
exactly.
Oh,
they're
man.
the last team now
That's awful.
that has never been to the World Series. So
sucks.
there's going to be a lot of people rooting for the Nationals, but I'm still an Astros fan.
I've got a
this time.
quick question about this Jose Altuve guy.
Yeah.
Is he just jacked? Is
No.
he just like ripped out of his mind?
No, he looks like just a normal athletic guy,
Huh.
but he's short and like you can tell he's got like short arms too. You know, it's really funny. So he hits this
Does he have like
walk
loaded
off
bats
homer.
or something?
No, he's just a good ball player.
Oh.
Like he
He knows where
how
to hit
swing.
it, knows
Yeah.
the sweet spot.
So he's running around the bases after his walk off, and he's holding his jersey like this because after you hit a walk off homer, like your teammates rip your jersey off. So
He's like, "No, don't do
like
it."
this because he's done this before already in the season, and they ripped his jersey off, and they asked him, you know, why didn't you let him rip your jersey off? And he was like, I feel really embarrassed when that happens, and last time I got in trouble from my wife. Like on national television. I thought it was so funny.
he's like trying to like appease his wife.
Yeah, he's like running in there like, no.
No.
It was really cool.
Oh, that's
So
really
you'll have to
funny.
watch the highlights. I posted like
Yeah.
18 posts on Facebook about it. 'Cause
That's
it was
crazy.
So cool.
So I actually have something related to this.
Yeah.
Sarah's dad is my father-in-law.
Yeah,
Is big into baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have played professionally. He was very good.
I get along with him already.
Yep. So he posted something on Facebook, and I think I'm just going to read this whole thing because I don't know
Cool.
if I could
Do it.
summarize it.
Yeah.
He says, last night while watching game number 6 of the ALCS series between the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees, I passed the china cabinet downstairs to get another cup of coffee, which was upstairs. For some reason, I looked at all of my baseball trophies. I remember having 2 significant signed baseballs from teams that I have been on in my early years, but could only find one of them. I got on my tiptoes to look on the top of the cabinet and saw another ball wedged at the back near the wall. I looked at it and couldn't believe what team it was from. The Astros from 1969, 50 years ago when I was 12 years old. I held on to that baseball through the second half of the game. Astros defeated the Yankees last night in one of the most iconic finishes and are headed for the World Series. This is my new lucky charm. And he shows a picture of him with his 1969 Astros ball.
That's really awesome.
And it says Mike Jerger led the team in hitting .466.
That's sick.
So, that's my father-in-law with his baseball.
That's really awesome. Yeah, he's not wrong. I mean, there's only a walk-off homer to win any championship in baseball, whether it's the Championship League Series or the World Series. It's only happened 6 times.
Wow. Okay, so that's pretty
It
rare
was a
stuff.
big-time deal, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
They expected, I mean, you should have seen the crowd. Like, everyone had their phones out. Like, every single person. I bet you
Everyone
not-
was expecting this.
Yeah, they
That's
were all
crazy.
like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen now, and it's going to happen with Jose Altuve. And not only that, but the fastest pitcher, one of the fastest pitchers now, Aroldis Chapman, is on the Yankees. He used to play for the Reds. He can throw 106 miles an hour. He's the closer, and he was pitching, and he has like this crazy ERA, and almost it's rare to even get a hit off of him. Any walk-off homers in the series.
Yeah, that's faster than most NHL slap shots.
It's crazy. It's stupid fast.
Yeah, the fastest slap shot in the NHL, at least the last time I checked, was Zdeno Chara. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a slap shot of either 108 or 109 miles an hour, and he's like 6'8" or 6'7" or something. He's a
So
big
cool.
dude. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so to give you an idea of how fast that dude can pitch.
Yeah, that's important.
crazy.
When you're a goalie,
Yeah.
to know those kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've ever taken a shot that fast. That's crazy.
You should try.
I'm just gonna call up Zdeno Chara out of the NHL off the Boston Bruins. And
Dude, when we
Get
were
him down
watching
here.
your game the other night, and you caught a couple of the pucks, it was just like it's loud in the glove. It's like
yeah,
you know?
it's like a slap on leather basically. It's
Yeah.
kind of like if like a puck were to slap you in the hand. It's the same deal because your hand is kind of like leather.
Yeah, but you catch it and you don't catch it right on your hand because that would hurt.
Yeah, that would hurt. You're right.
You catch it like a baseball
In the netting. Well, you try. Sometimes you catch it in the actual palm of it.
Sure.
It doesn't hurt that bad because there's actually probably a good 3/4 of an inch to an inch of padding and
Yeah.
leather in between your hand and the puck. But yeah,
That's pretty cool.
some of them are fast enough to hurt though. I've definitely had a few stingers in the palm. I've had a bruised palm before where it actually hurt to like close my hand
Ugh.
because I had such a fast slap shot hit me in the hand.
It's so cool to watch you play out there. And your team, I mean, Jake needs to like get some defense
I
going.
know, right? Well, I mean, it was a close game last game. They had to get.
it
It was the
was really
first
good.
2 games that you watched, so everybody was dusting the rust off of them and trying to get back in shape because they're all
Yeah.
round. I mean, they're technically still a shape, right? They're round. They're like a circle.
Hashtag relatable.
Definitely me too. Oh my gosh!
As I
I'm,
take
like,
another drink of my energy drink.
Heck yeah! Put that sugar in your body. Mm.
Okay, well,
All right.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if people on Twitch even care about sports, so maybe we shouldn't talk about sports.
No. If it's important to you, it's important to me.
Yeah,
and
dude,
it's important to our Twitch chat.
I like sports. I like baseball. I think football sucks, but a lot of people
I mean,
that I'm
it's like
friends with love football. So.
America's sport besides baseball.
Yeah, hey, and you know what? I used to religiously watch football. It's just not as exciting to me as baseball. And there's so many people that are probably like, "You're crazy," because
Well,
it's the opposite. For
I
them.
am not one of those people. I definitely don't watch
Baseball
football.
249. Hi,
Yeah, so that
we're
is-
already instantly best friends.
You know DJ Baxter.
Oh yeah,
That's who that is.
what's up, DJ?
So DJ, I guess he likes baseball.
I would hope so with a name like
With
that,
a name like that, right?
dude. Okay, so let me ask you something. I haven't actually read this article about this Haley's Comet. I saw Haley's Comet.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because I'm old enough to have seen it. But the crazy thing is that they just discovered another comet that was supposedly this other thing that looked familiar and looked like Haley's Comet. But is it not or what? Like I know they stopped talking about it and now they're only talking about Haley's Comet. So like what's the deal? Did they get confused? Are these scientists dumb and they can figure it out? I don't know
Yeah,
what's going on.
I have no idea. I haven't actually read through this article that you had sent me yet. Hopefully these videos don't have sound. Oh my gosh, get out of here, mute, please.
Yeah, and then there was some articles in here about black holes,
Oh, stop it!
and they're so
please.
cool. Black holes, and they discovered
There we
one
go.
in.
Whew.
We almost got muted.
Oh boy.
Some of these websites and they autoplay
dude,
stuff.
These
Oh,
are so awful.
annoying.
You want to see something bad about like
You don't even
ad
need.
block?
You can
Look at this. This is so bad.
you can get off of this website. You don't even have to stay here.
I don't
That's-
even wanna
that's
read this.
dumb.
Space discovery, mythical interstellar visitor set for close encounter with Earth. They're just talking about a new comet that's similar to Halley's Comet. I'm sure.
But
that
they
they
stopped
just
talking about it. I couldn't
just
find any more articles about it.
seen.
They're like, "Oh, it looks just like Haley's Comet." And now they're all like,
Now
oh,
they're like, oh, it probably
Wait a
was. We
second.
need to cover this up.
"Wait a second."
Oh, look, another ad video with a former football player. Actually, that was Peyton Manning, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his new commercials, like they're so annoying.
Hey,
They are.
new information for people out there. Will you be alive in 2061? If not, your only chance to see something of Halley's Comet comes in both early May and late October each year when Earth moves through streams of particles. The Great Comet deposited in the inner solar system in 1986. So you only get to see particles of it.
Yeah.
Bummer deal.
So
You know-
what?
2061, I will probably be alive.
Yeah, it's 40 years from now.
Yeah, I'll probably be alive. I mean, the average
Yeah.
lifespan of a human male in the U.S. is like 75 years old or something like that.
You'll be in your 70s. I'll be 80.
You'll still be alive. I'm gonna keep you alive. We got a podcast to keep doing for the rest of our lives. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be going to space.
for the foreseeable future. Yeah, and
the podcast.
Elon Musk says so.
Yeah, it's going to be so successful that I'm going to pay to go to space. No, I'm not. That's not true.
Yeah, because DJ Baxter is going to be donating all of his money to us, and we're going to be able to just quit our day jobs and go to space and
He played
broadcast
college-
from space.
He played college baseball, so
Hey, yeah, he did. Look at that.
for what?
Yeah, wait, for who?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
'cause I
that's
mean- Because I could say that I played college hockey, and that doesn't. I mean, what does that mean to you if I didn't tell you what league or who I played for or any of that?
Montana Technical College.
Because I played for Montana State University.
Yeah, MSUB. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
at least it's a state university.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's not like a community college,
Yeah, like a non-credited,
not a non-ABET accredited
Christian
university. Okay, let's not make fun of Christians.
Well, hey, that's where I went. I went to a Christian college and I played college volleyball.
That's
my
hot.
nickname was Dynamite. I had Dynamite on
Dynamite.
literally- Yeah,
Guys,
on my
his
jersey.
name is Dynamite.
Yeah, because I could
Wait, you had
spike-
it on your jersey?
Yeah,
No kidding.
because I could spike the ball into people's faces. And it was
That-
awesome.
Is ridiculous.
No, I would serve it like over the net.
You was like, oh yeah,
Exactly.
right into their faces.
And no, it was not like a real college sport, but his was.
yeah,
DJ played real college baseball.
yeah. I played college. I played club hockey technically, so it was ACHA Division 2, I think, which is
Yeah, what do you play now? Like
I don't
old
know.
man hockey?
yeah, it's basically beer league. But hey, it's fun, and I don't have to worry about winning because nobody really cares.
Luckily,
We
you
just
have
play to have
Jake on
fun.
your team who can almost score a hat trick
Yeah, he had 2 goals out of the 3 in our last game.
in like a minute.
Incredible, Jake. Yeah, it was actually very. They were very close to each other.
Yeah, it was like a minute and 10 seconds we were talking about it in the stands.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't
something
notice
like
that. My man.
that's awesome.
Wait, I'm not gonna read that. That's one reason why we don't have our chat on the screen while we're streaming, because you can have the chat up on the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people say some interesting stuff.
Well-
and eventually we may need a moderator for this channel so that they can remove them.
I mean, say what you
interesting-
want to say. That's all
I
I'm
mean,
going to say.
when you click into my chat, it does say "speak freely."
It does.
Yeah, Whew.
Doesn't mean we have
Yikes.
to display it for all the 13-year-olds that are watching.
On YouTube.
I'm just kidding. There's no 13-year-olds watching this.
I mean, there may be. You
No,
are a youth
they're all
pastor.
watching Ninja.
That's true. You're right.
They're not watching us.
Ninja is really famous for the 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
What else
That's
we
what
got
they do.
here? What else we got here on the news, peeps? What
I
do you
don't know.
think? The new iPhone is ugly. Well, what do you think, guys? Do you think the new iPhone is ugly?
Yes.
It looks like it's like a 2-burner stove on the back
Yeah,
of
it
my
does. It looks like, if you're building a diorama and you wanted to put a stove in your kitchen, you would just take like,
phone. Take
the
take the
camera
cameras
section.
off of an iPhone 11.
oh, look, it looks exactly like a stove.
So this is what it looks like without the case on. Do you think it's ugly? I mean,
Yeah, I think it's innovative and cool. But
for the listeners, I have an iPhone 11 here in my hands. It's the black version, and it's pretty dirty, actually. I need to clean this puppy off. And it's just got the 2 cameras, so it's not like a full 3-burner stove, but it's a 2-burner stove on
which,
the back end.
yeah, it looks actually more like a stove because
With
it's only got 2 burners.
Yeah. Yeah, the 3 is kind of centered, and so it looks kind of funky, because normally on stoves, they're like equal distance, and there's 4 of them. Or 2 of them. There's never 3. At least I've never seen one with only 3.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, go to
What are we going to?
Go to my idea bucket episode.
Okay,
4
so
topic thing.
NALO over here has an idea bucket in our Google
No, you had
Drive.
it pulled up.
What?
Yeah, that
this
one.
guy?
Yeah, go to the top. thing.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's funny.
Oh man, I would love to hear like what these guys think of this happening. Like if this were to happen, or they were to be involved in it.
Okay, so read the top here.
Okay, I'm going to read it. It says 3 women accused of running elder fight club among dementia patients in North Carolina.
Okay, these people didn't get the memo. The first rule of Fight Club is...
Well, you don't talk about fight club.
Okay, so what the hell are they doing? They're talking about Fight Club in the news.
Somebody they figured it out, and then they just got caught. So maybe they didn't talk about Fight Club for a while.
Yeah, maybe. I
Maybe
wonder
they
how
were
long it was
following
going
the rules.
on. Yeah.
But seriously, like just think about it. Like this is an elderly fight club in an assisted living facility. So these people have families that they've like put them in this place like to try to help get the care that they need, and then the people taking care of them, these ladies, are making them fight. It reminds me of what Billy Madison. When his mom, have you seen the movie Billy Madison? Come
Yeah,
on.
but it's been a while.
Okay, so Billy Madison takes his grandma and puts her in this like assisted living home, and Ben Stiller is the guy who
yeah.
runs the thing,
I think I know. I think
and he's
I know
all
what you're
super
talking about.
nice, and then when they come around, or when their families are gone, he's like really like super mean to the old ladies, and makes them do like hard labor work and stuff.
Wait, is this? I thought this was Happy Gilmore, not Billy Madison.
Oh yeah, it's Happy Gilmore.
It's Happy Gilmore.
Not Billy Madison. Don't listen to
Do
me.
your fingers hurt now?
Yeah, yeah.
What does he say? It's so funny.
Yeah,
because they're
your
like
fingers
quilting.
are gonna hurt because now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a quote from there. But so
Can I get a glass of warm milk?
so there were three ladies that were
Yeah.
I guess charged with assaulting an individual with a disability.
Right.
So they were like making the residents fight, or were they fighting the residents? Like because they don't have a disability, they were able to like overtake them and fight them?
No, they were the residents would. It started out by like residents fighting each other or getting in fights with each other, and then they were egging them on, like telling them that right there. It says punch her in the face.
Yeah, so they were just basically like screaming. They were like recording a video and just like egging him on. Yeah, hit him, come on. And then
says they became physically aggressive with the residents themselves.
So the staff members were heard saying, "Are you recording? You gonna send it to me?" Like they want to keep it for themselves.
It reminds me of like when people would like make bums fight and stuff, and it's so messed up. Like it's so messed up, but there's a little bit of interesting humor in it. And it's like you don't want to laugh at it. It's like that really uncomfortable humor. Like I don't think I shouldn't be laughing at this,
but it's so funny that I can't not. Right?
But it's so terrible, and I think this is, I don't know what they were doing. It's probably, I would like to say it's innocent fun, but it's really not. I mean,
it was probably out of boredom, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be very fun at these places.
I don't know. I can't put myself in their brains because I just don't think like someone like this would, And I've been thinking about. It kind of reminds me of like the Mindhunter episode we recorded. We were talking about how they're trying to get in the minds of the serial killers. I was thinking to myself
because nobody like no normal person thinks like that. So
yeah, I'm trying to think to myself like what were they thinking? But maybe they just weren't. Maybe that's the answer. Is they're just dumb. They just
took advantage of an opportunity that shouldn't have been taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
Egging
that is
on
crazy.
some old people to fight each other. It's
one of their last names is Tyson, or maybe it's their first name. So it's like Mike Tyson, like a fighter. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, get him, fight him, get him.
Winston-Salem. Where is that at? North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the Salem witch trials, Salem?
No. That's Oregon.
Oh, Salem, Oregon. Okay.
No, yeah, but this is North Carolina.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so this Fight Club thing happened in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Interesting.
It's so crazy. Like, I don't understand. Oh, seriously?
Who would do that kind of stuff?
That's insane.
It's
insane, crazy
it's
people.
Insane in the membrane.
Nobody said anything about it. I feel like that, at least.
Our Twitch chat is just not in the mood for a Twitch stream right now, and we're really annoyed by it, okay? We need some interaction. We need some questions to be asked of us.
We already said in the first stream that whatever you dare Phil to do, he'll do it on screen.
We never said that. I don't know what you're talking about, NALO, because there are some things that I definitely can't do that it could be dared of me.
I think we should try.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Do it. What you got for me, chat? Nothing? Nothing?
Well, hey, you know what we could
What could we do?
Could do?
What are we going to do?
Mark asked us, Mark. He
Marky
asked
Mark
us
in the Funky Bunch
to give an update on the Google releases.
Oh,
because
yeah,
we did
definitely
the
do that.
episode of, Techtober and all the cool tech that's coming out. But, we did an entire 1 hour and 40-minute episode on it, so I don't want to spend hardly any time talking about it. But Google does make some pretty cool stuff, and they came out with tech basically after we had already talked about.
We'd already done the
releases,
the old Techtoberfest episode.
But I think we can literally skip everything that Google did, except for two things. We should mention the Pixel 4 because it's an amazing screen that it has.
Oh yeah, I was impressed by the screen.
Very, very cool. It looks like every other smartphone out there. Comes in a cool orange color.
It looks exactly, honestly, like the iPhone 11.
Yeah, it's not really its own crazy special thing, but the screen on it is ridiculously amazing and way better than things that other companies have going on.
How many
right now.
hertz was it? Do you remember? I can't remember the number. It was
1 million.
It was like 90 hertz or something,
Okay.
or 80
That was way
hertz. So the display refreshes at a rate that's higher than most other phones. Most other phones, it's only 60 hertz, which is unfortunate because I play video games at like 200 plus frames per second.
Yeah.
And it's pretty crazy the difference in between like even 120 frames and say 100 frames. You can definitely notice it.
engineers. Boring.
Yeah, nerds. What?
Oh.
So there was the Pixel 4, Pixel 4 XL, and then I think you wanted to talk about some things that go in your ears.
Yes, the Pixel Buds, dude. The Pixel Buds. So we went and we talked about the Samsung things and how you could swipe and or whatever it is, the Microsoft new
Microsoft
earbuds, and they seemed really cool. But
Yeah.
I think that Google is stepping it up a little bit because there's two awesome things about the Pixel Buds that are just gonna I think is gonna easily sell them every single time. And the first major thing is the Bluetooth connectivity range. I mean, they're saying that you can go up to 4 rooms away from your phone with the Bluetooth connected clearly.
That is that's like my entire house.
Yes, and up to 115 yards
That's so far.
away. So
That's a football field.
Yeah.
I mean, well, without one of the end zones.
Right. And the idea behind it is that so when you're going to the gym, you can start your music on your phone, lock it in your locker, and then go work out.
Do you think it's going to work if it's in a metal locker, though?
That's what they
It's
said.
kind of like a Faraday cage.
They said with obstruction, with normal obstruction.
Day-to-day obstructions.
Yeah.
Huh.
4 rooms away. So I mean,
How much are they? Did you see that?
the less than $200. They said it was 160, 170
Pixel
bucks.
Buds is what they're called, maybe?
Pixel Bud 2, yeah, but
Pixel Bud 2. Well, let's be real here. Oh, I should probably type in price, maybe, huh?
huh? Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it's the
160 is what it. Well, that's the original ones, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
They had a wire connecting them. Now they're wireless.
Google gave a sneak peek at a revamped version of its wireless earbuds, which will cost $180, so just under $200, which is better than the Microsoft earbuds because those are $250, I think. Is what,
Yeah,
what it was.
I actually, when these come out, I think I'm going to buy some. And yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's going to give
I
him a
know.
little testy test.
I think they're going to be super cool. And then the one cool thing, and I don't think that I would ever use it because I live in Montana and I don't really talk to a bunch of people that speak different languages or anything. But the one cool thing about these is it will do real time translation in your ear with Google Translate. So Google Translate, easily the best translating software that exists. So you can wear them. And
That exists in the general public, let's be clear here.
Yeah,
We
okay.
never know. We
For
never
sure.
know.
For sure.
But yeah.
That is on our own, purchasable smart
Yeah.
devices. But you can basically hold the button down, hold your finger on it or something, and it will listen to the language that's being spoken to you and translate it in real time in your ear.
That's nuts because you can basically take 2 sets. You have one set in your ear to another country and give somebody else the other set.
Oh,
You
yeah.
speak English to them, they
yeah.
speak Mandarin Chinese to you, and you can have a full-on conversation with somebody without actually knowing their language, which is just crazy to me. But the only thing that's kind of hard, though, is some things in English, especially slang, does not translate very well to other languages. So you could accidentally say some stuff, and it would translate into their ears as something you definitely didn't want to say.
Yo,
to
dog,
them.
what's up? And then they're like, hey, do you want to walk a dog right now?
Hi, hello. The dog is up. What?
Hello, canine person. What?
Wait, I'm a dog? No.
Hey, Jake, Phil is completely ignoring you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm ignoring him because the cinnamon challenge sounds like a terrible idea next to this keyboard and mouse and expensive PC that's streaming all of our stuff right now. So,
I mean, I'd like to see it. but
I mean, maybe one day, but not today.
that would
'cause we don't have any
be fun
means
for
of
everyone's
cleanup.
eyes.
Yes, I agree.
Except for yours.
Maybe we'll have to do it someday. I've never done the cinnamon challenge, and
It's stupid.
it sounds.
It literally
horrific.
is there's nothing good that comes from it except for everyone gets to laugh at you.
Have you done it?
No.
Okay.
Because it's stupid.
Good.
It's like the Carolina Reaper challenge.
So we don't do
no
stupid
one should
things.
ever eat hot peppers like that because it's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
It's bad for you. It tears up your throat and your stomach, and just so you can get views and likes and laughs and
In moderation, though,
whatever.
a little jalapeno is pretty good.
Oh, I like hot peppers. I make hot peppers at home. Like I saute peppers for when I make fajitas and quesadillas and homemade tacos and things like that. I saute peppers and basically make my whole family cough like it's pepper spray in my house.
Yeah, so I was making some chili yesterday, Sunday chili, which was pretty nice.
Well, yeah.
and I had to chop up some jalapenos. And one thing that
Did you touch your eyeball afterwards?
This is where I'm going with the story is, I had to cut up some onion, but I didn't think to cut the onion first, and so I cut the jalapeno up, and I did not wash my hands, and then I cut the onion up, and I started to cry because onions make you do that.
Yeah.
If you don't have contacts, and it definitely was a close encounter. I was like, oh. Just kidding. I just cut a jalapeno. Not going to put my hands in my eyes.
The worst is when you pick your nose.
Oh, man. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, like, I'm cutting up jalapenos and serranos. Wow, these are really spicy this time. And then you're like,
achoo!
Yeah.
Just sneezing all over the place.
Well, those really are spicy.
Oh,
it's
my
spicy
gosh.
in my eyes, my nose, my mouth, my throat, and everything.
Oh, that would be
spicy.
Horrific. Oh, my gosh. I can't even imagine putting, like, jalapeno or any pepper inside of my nose. Like, I even, like, when I'm sprinkling pepper, like, just regular pepper on anything to season it, it gets in the air and makes me sneeze. It's, like, the worst feeling in the world.
So that actually works on you?
Yeah, so, I mean, I put a lot of pepper on stuff, and so it's, like, and the pepper shaker that I have is, like, it's really fine pepper. It's, like, almost like dust. And so it gets up into the air, and I'm, like... right up in my nose. Makes me sneeze.
Nostralization.
I don't like it.
It always used to be like I always thought that was
nostralization. What is that word?
I don't know. I just made it up. I thought it was a thing just from the cartoons. Pepper and making you sneeze. It never really worked on me, but I like the fresh ground pepper. Maybe that's why.
I feel like I got a jalapeno in my eyeball right now.
Just talking about it, you were like, ugh.
I was just thinking about it. Got it right in my eyeball. It's itching. It's red.
Dude.
Oh man.
So, I want to change gears just a little bit.
Oh, what gear are we changing
just a little bit, okay?
Okay. So like a half a gear, like in a semi-truck.
Just like that. No, I want to talk about, because you haven't seen it yet.
What have I not
I
seen?
wanted to tell you how amazing the Joker is.
You can't, though, because you're going to spoil it for me.
No, I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil anything about it.
Okay.
This is not a spoiler episode. We will do spoiler episodes.
And we will tell you that it's a spoiler episode beforehand, because spoilers are bad.
This is not a spoiler. I will not spoil anything about the Joker.
Okay.
Except for everyone dies.
You may... Stop.
I'm just kidding.
You may proceed.
Okay. I'm seriously, though, if you haven't seen the Joker, listeners, if you haven't seen the Joker, and you can handle like a mental, thrilling, crazy movie, go see it. I feel like it's really not a movie for someone who is mentally unstable. So maybe Phil shouldn't.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't see this then.
But it's so good. It's like one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's so well made. Oh, man, it's so good.
Do you think that the main actor, Joaquin Phoenix, do you think he's going to have to go to therapy for the rest of his life because of this movie?
He's so used to that anyway. You know that guy is...
What has he played before? I guess I don't know his characters or what he's played.
He played Johnny Cash in Walk the Line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a really good movie. He did a really good job playing Johnny Cash, who I love. Anything Johnny Cash, I've watched all the documentaries and things like that. I listen to Johnny Cash on the daily. Really,
You're the one who actually got me into Johnny Cash.
Oh, dude, I love that outlaw country, and Johnny he knows what's up about it. But Joaquin Phoenix has like a really crazy past. He grew up in a cult, like a sex cult.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And so he's just kind of like the right person to know the line. I don't know, to know what it's like to be in a position where no one likes you or nothing feels like it's going the right way, and just the pressure and weight of life. So like he can get into that character of the Joker, and the Joker just naturally doesn't have a backstory. So it's really cool to be able to make a movie like this and to kind of just take your own spin on it. They left a lot of good things in there, the Batman origin type stuff in it. So there's really great there. And they left it open, I mean, Joker really doesn't still have an origin story, and you'll have to watch to find out why, but it's just so good. And a lot of people are saying that the Joker movie is it's amazing. It really shines a light on mental health and things like that. But that's not the point. That wasn't the point of making a movie like this. it was a point. The point of it was to like make something real from something that's fictional, and it is about as real as it gets. And it's gory. It's uncomfortable. Like, you will watch this movie and squirm the whole time.
Yeah, the one thing that you were talking to me about the other day off the podcast, offline, was that there's music almost the entire movie, which
Yes.
is pretty crazy to think about, because there's a lot of times where you're listening to dialogue and you want to be able to hear the characters very clearly. But if there's music the whole time, they must have done a really good job of quieting the music down just to a certain amount so that you could hear the people talk and have a conversation, and then get louder in the parts that need to be louder, etc.
You know what it reminded me of is there's this old cartoon called Peter and the Wolf, and it's this orchestra, and each instrument represented a person or a character in the cartoon. There was almost no words in it. There was a narrator who talked a little bit, but I used to watch this all the time when I was a kid, and each character, their movements were done by the orchestral instrument. So I pictured like someone, seeing the movie of Joker, and they had this cello or this stand-up bass, and they were like really making this dramatic music depending on what was going on in the scene. It's like almost like the movie existed before the music score, which was probably how it happened, but it wasn't like a song designed for a dramatic scene. In general, it was like this music was designed specifically for that character in that scene, the way it was filmed.
I guess we'll have to see how the awards go, because there's an award for Best Original Score.
So good.
I can't remember which award ceremony that the movie industry has, because there's like 75,000 of them.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see if this guy wins any awards for his performance, because he is a what is he, a Grammy Award? Yeah,
Yep.
So he's a Grammy Award-winning actor, a Golden Globe Award-winning actor, and he was nominated for 3 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a fairly decorated actor in the field, and I've definitely seen him in things. He looks very familiar, but I couldn't tell you exactly which movies he's been in just by looking at his face.
Oh yeah, there's so many that you probably didn't even know that he was in, that he played in. But any movie that makes you feel weird in some way, I feel like has done a specific job, that a good job at doing something, whether it's making you feel stupid or making you feel like that movie sucked so bad that I can't stop thinking about it. They did something successful, whether it was, failing really hard or what. But this movie, I could not stop thinking about it the whole next day. Like, I saw it in the evening, and then I went to bed, and then I could not stop thinking about it. It was that good.
Sounds like it's a movie I'm definitely going to have to go and see.
Yeah. Dude, I will go see it again. Let's go do it.
All right now, let's go.
Jake, you too.
Hey, peace out. See ya. We're going to go. Just kidding.
Where are we at? Where are we at on time? How do I know?
So top left. We have a screen in front of us, viewers and listeners, and it is a view of us, so we can look at ourselves, because we are so narcissistic. And there's also our chat on the left, and the time up in the top left. So that's what we look at.
That's why I brought up the Joker, because the Joker was the last thing I wanted to talk to you about on our podcast today. So,
man, it makes me really want to go see it, because everybody that I've talked to that has seen it has been like, "You need to go see this, like, right now." So,
yeah.
I mean, maybe I will. How long is it?
It's pretty long. It's over 2 hours.
Dang it. I was going to say, maybe I'll go tonight, but that ain't happening. I got to go to sleep. Sleeping you dead.
I got like 5 hours of sleep last night, and I felt
Yeah,
great.
I know. You were crazy, dude. You were
felt
sending me
great,
text
though.
messages super late. Why?
I don't know.
What did you do? Are you some kind of, like, alien human being?
Maybe I'm just getting old. And
Alien human being. That's a
I don't
term
need
that doesn't
much
make any
sleep.
sense.
I don't know. I just
Don't
didn't
say
get
that
much
about
sleep.
yourself. You're not old.
Well, yeah, I am.
Okay.
So I think that was a good podcast. I really liked episode 4, because we kind of just, off the cuff. I don't know why you put so many F's.
Okay, it says the guy who told me to put 12 Fs. But I did
Yeah.
capitalize them. I guess that was the only difference.
Yeah,
You didn't
well,
tell me to do that.
No, that was cool. It was a great title.
Yeah.
In the history of titles for podcast episodes, this is the best one.
Yeah. Hey, you guys like
Off
our
the
little
cuff.
like our little blue light here? For our listeners, we have a nice ambiance behind us. A little blue light right here.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa,
I
my
don't
hand is
touch.
blue.
Whoa, hey.
Does it change colors?
What?
Yeah, it does. Not right now, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah. It will change colors. You're going to have to stop back in to see the new colors.
yeah, I don't know. I don't like being
The same.
stuck in a way. So,
Yeah.
we'll probably change up. We got a couple of different colors for the backgrounds and things like that. We're revamping the other studio.
Revamping Studio One,
Yeah, but it got painted
where it all started.
yesterday.
And we are very excited about it.
Yep, Studio One got painted, and it's like this color
This one right here.
with so it fades to blue. I'm going to say the color is right here.
I don't think it's that blue. It's like right there. Yeah.
This is the color of the new studio wall right here.
It's going to be really cool. It's like a gray-blue anvil type color,
yes,
just
and I
like your
have
Jeep.
a cool surprise lighting feature.
Whoa. I don't think
Yeah.
I even know about this.
No, you don't. I keep so
Dang
many
rat,
secrets from
son.
you, Phil.
Yeah, you do. Because you hate me secretly.
Yeah.
All those periods you always sent me in your messages.
Yeah. I'm like, it's just like.
You're like,
I-
yeah, I'm really excited, period. Yeah, okay, sick, Nate.
Who doesn't end a sentence with a period?
You sound like your text messages. I compare them to
English.
I compare them to my mom's text messages to me, and I'm like, these are exactly the same. What's going on here?
Did she get A's in advanced English classes too?
I have no idea. You were in advanced English classes?
Yes, I was.
No way. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I was in lots of AP classes.
I feel like it was always math or sciences that were like advanced classes. They were never like English or arts.
Oh, I did like
At least I didn't know about them.
all AP classes, but here's the thing: I never did my homework.
Why?
So, because homework is stupid.
Yeah, because you have to do it at home.
I never learned a single thing from homework, and I will hold to that because I never did it. So that's how I know. And I feel like I'm an intelligent person. I've always did great on my tests. I got great scores on everything, all my national tests. Hated homework, got okay grades. C's get degrees. What up?
Yeah, you right. But
I didn't care. It wasn't a thing.
people always say D's get degrees, and it's really not true because D's don't get degrees. C's get degrees because you can't get a D because it's failing.
Yeah, no, C's get degrees. And here's the thing. Most of the people that got A's, like, I'm not even going to go there because it's just going to make you feel terrible.
What?
I'm not even
No,
gonna
I
go-
want you to go there right now. What are you trying to say to me?
a lot of Okay.
I want you
here's
to
the
be
thing.
as mean as possible right now.
Look, man. I don't have a ridiculous amount of college debt.
That's true.
I didn't feel a need for it. I didn't do it. I have this weirdness about college that I feel like you can really learn a lot. You can really become like a very intelligent person from college. Like it has its purpose. It's just so messed up and backwards that I did not want to participate. You know what I mean?
I half-heartedly agree with you, but mostly disagree with you.
Yeah, and it's not for everyone, and it is definitely for some people, and I'm happy for them to go to college and do their
What
thing.
specifically about college peeves you or makes you mad?
I feel like a lot of people are manipulated into going to college. People that want to go to college, like that legitimately go do important things and learn important things. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people that are manipulated into thinking this is their only life choice, and they get sucked into these huge college debts for degrees that they're not going to use or do anything with, or that have no open fields or very slim chance. It's better than it's almost like winning the lottery to get a job in that field, and they go to college and spend all this money for it. And I feel like they've been manipulated into doing it.
Do you think that's in every case, or do you think there's some people that go to college because they want to educate themselves in that field and they don't care if they are in a lot of debt in the end?
I think if that's the case, then more power to them. Yeah, for sure.
Because I've run into a lot of people, because I'm somebody who has went to college, as you know, and that's probably why you're bringing this up, I think. But I went to college for
I like what you did.
I went to college for engineering, which most people would say, oh yeah, that's a good degree to go into, and there's lots of open jobs, which there were when I was when I get fresh out of college.
Yeah.
But I met a lot of people along the way that either didn't know what they wanted to do, and they were already in college.
Yeah.
Which just baffled me, because I'm somebody who's a fairly logical person. I mean, I'm an
Yes.
engineer. In the first place, to be an engineer, you kind of have to be a logical person.
Yes.
And I met a lot of people that were like, I'm just doing my generals right now. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. And there are some people that are at that point in their life where they just don't know what they want to go into, because they don't know what's going to make them happy.
Sure.
I chose something that was practical, that it was going to make me enough money for the lifestyle that I wanted to live,
Yeah.
regardless of whether the job itself was going to make me happy or not. I love engineering and figuring things out and problem solving, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I absolutely love my job that I do right now, because there are a lot of things about every job that are like really repetitive and meaningless and kind of annoying to do.
Yeah.
But it's part of the job and you have to do them.
Sure.
And there are people that just don't buck up and do that. They just think, oh no, I want to be doing something that I love for the rest of my life. And more power to you. If you're going to be doing something that you love and make enough money to support yourself, great. But if you're not making enough money to support yourself and you're doing something that you love, I mean, you got to weigh your checks and balances here and be like, okay, is this working for me or not?
I easily think that it's about a 1% of the population that is doing a job that they love, or a job that they feel like they're meant to do. You know, that I'd say that's like a 1% of the population. The rest of everybody is just working. You know, you got to work and make money and do things.
You got to put in the time.
When you're outside of work, that's when you do your fun and you have your adventures, and
like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like if I could do this for my job, this would be something that I would love to do.
Yeah.
And I would be happy to do every day. And yeah, there are still parts of this that are like kind of annoying to have to do, and like that you have to like plan stuff out, and that's like kind of like the boring part. It's like, meh, I want to be recording, I want to just go, I just want to do it. And there are a lot of times where creating content is not that way. You have to kind of schedule out what you're going to talk about, because this episode is kind of actually a perfect example of it. We just kind of went for it. We didn't have any plan at all, and yeah, there's some lulls, and I guess there's some downtime in it, and it is mediocre kind of in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it got us into talking about this, which sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah.
You just need something to get you into the flow.
DJ says work hard, play hard. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely work really hard. We just got a bunch of work at work. We got a bunch of, I guess, jobs or rewarded contracts, and we're busy right now. And I definitely got to work hard so that I can gain a bunch of vacation and go play hard later.
You know what I think the real mindset that I think people should have in the working field is do something that makes you feel good about your job. Not necessarily something that you know you're going to be happy with, but doing something for somebody else makes you feel great. And a lot of people don't really realize where that line is, and they're working for themselves and they're not working for others. A rewarding job is so much better for your mental health and your happiness and your joy than something that is going to make you a ton of money and be able to go to the beach all the time and do things for yourself. I think that a rewarding job is so much better than that. And I think that there's a ton of people that figure this out, and they're okay with doing jobs that pay little and where you work hard and you do a lot, but you're helping so many people and you're doing very servant type work, and it's a rewarding thing. So I think that's probably the best attitude to have in a job, because you're very easily can you find a job where you're serving people and making the world just a better place in general. I think that's probably the best thing to do. And you know, with my two jobs that I have, my main job makes lots of money, but it's not rewarding at all. I sit and do paperwork. I literally do paperwork. I'm a paper pusher, and I tell people what to do, and I'm a what do you call it? I dictate things. I'm not a dictator, but I'm, I delegate. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm a
there's,
delegator.
there's lots of tasks to do, and not just one person can do them.
I delegate and push paper. So like that job itself is not rewarding. I'm a youth pastor also. That job is very rewarding. Does it make me any money? No, it doesn't. It takes up a ton of my time. I have to work ridiculously hard at it, but it's the most rewarding thing, and I don't ever want to give it up. I want to do at least something like that because of the way it makes me feel on the inside. The way it makes my head feel and my heart feel, and the happiness and joy it gives me. So I think that's really the idea behind doing this. And I feel like, yes, you can get that from college. I think if you're the kind of person that you want to go to college and this is what you want to do and you have a determination, you can get to a point to where you can have a job that frees you up for doing things like that. Maybe that's the idea behind it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I love about my job is now that I'm working all these hours, there's basically any hour over 40 hours that I work gets banked as overtime.
Yeah.
Or gets banked as paid vacation. It's my overtime gets banked as paid vacation. So 1 hour of overtime worked is 1 hour of paid vacation. So say I work 60 hours in a week, I get 20 hours of paid vacation that I can take later on in the year, which is pretty incredible. That's like
that is a lot
for like
That's really good.
for a benefits situation. That is probably one of the best, at least vacation policies you could probably get in the workplace today, at least in the U.S. Because the U.S. has terrible vacation policies, some of the worst in the world.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There are some countries where 6 weeks of paid vacation is the standard.
Sure.
And here it's about 1 week or 1.5 weeks is like the average.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at like how much time, a guy would get off for his wife having a baby, right? So how much time is it? It's in most jobs it's frowned upon if you take more than 2 days off of work.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You have to schedule it. You have to like save up all this vacation time and things like that. But there's plenty of other countries, Japan, a bunch of European countries, things like this. They want you to be home. They're like, this is how it works.
It's
nice knowing you.
It's essential for what you were talking about previously, that mental health.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that other countries I think are more in tune with is they give people the vacation because they know it will help their mental health. And when they come back, they will be almost 10 times better than they were before.
Yeah.
And they'll be willing to put in that extra effort to go the extra mile, to do the extra things that they need to do to satisfy their clients or complete the work that they need to do in a timely fashion, etc.
It's just I don't want to get too political here, but it's a result of us living in the United States. We have a different mindset. The working world, the media, everything is just, you grow up thinking like that you need to be successful. Like it's a success-driven atmosphere that we all grow up in, no matter what. Really, it's the United States and other countries, especially Europe. It's more like an experience-driven life is what they desire, and this is what they push. It's just the United States is very different than most other countries, and in a lot of ways it's a testament to our complete success because that's what we're focused on. And the United States and the best country in the world and freest country in the world, no matter what you think about things that go on and whatever.
Yeah.
It really is the truth.
Yeah.
But man, there's some other hard falls that we have that other countries have that have one up on us, and we just need to learn all around and figure it out.
I want to go back to what I was talking about is for my job and why I went to college. And so I went to college so that I could get a degree, so that I could, like I said, get a job where I can live the lifestyle that I want to live.
Yeah.
This job has done that for me. It's allowing me to take vacations when I want to take them. It pays me enough to purchase a house that I wanted to live in.
Yeah.
You're right. It is a success thing.
It's good for me to see that this has happened to you.
Yeah. And my story is not exactly like everybody else's that has been to college. There are a lot of people that I know that have been to college that are not making the salary that I'm making and are not able to pay all of their tuition back right away, and they're basically deferring their debt until they have a job there where they can make the money back, but their degree is never going to allow them to have a job of that caliber. They're going to have to make that money doing something else
Sure.
somehow. And I feel very fortunate in that aspect. Is I went to college knowing exactly, like you said, knowing exactly what I wanted to do. I graduated with the degree that I went into college for. I did not change majors. I did it in 4 years.
Yeah.
I do have a decent amount of student loan debt, and it sucks that that's the norm nowadays. Just like you kind of despise college for that one thing.
Yeah, that's
well,
like
I mean,
a
that's
general
one
thing.
of the things that you despise
Yeah.
college for.
I
And
think it's just way too expensive in general.
it
just
is very expensive, and I mean, I guess I'm okay with saying this publicly. I mean, I have about $70,000 in student loan debt that I'm paying off, but this job is allowing me to pay that off, still have a house, and be able to like do things that I want to do, and that was what I planned for. And
and
if
like
you
you're
go
on the right side of
if
it.
you go into college knowing that, then I think it's okay. You're doing it right. But there is a wrong way to go about college, and there are a few things that I did wrong, and it was getting a student loan that for money that I did not technically need for school.
Yeah.
So I got student loans for my living expenses as well as what I needed for my tuition, so that I didn't have to work while I was in college, which it's pretty difficult to work while you're in
Sure.
college with 21 credits or 18 credits or however many it is, because if you think about it, a 1 credit hour is, I mean, it's 1 hour in the classroom and possibly 2 to 3 hours of homework per credit hour. So if you think about it, it's 1 credit hour is like almost double. So 20 hours is 40 hours a week. And that's a full-time job. And a lot of people don't want to work and go to school and possibly can't even get good grades while they're working and in school. So it's definitely something you have to plan for. It's definitely something that you should be careful with if you are planning on going to college. I highly suggest it if you're like me and you know exactly what you want to do. You know where you want to go, and you know where it's going to take you in the long run. We have some questions in the chat, or some
actually,
statements at least, I think,
I do want to comment
from DJ.
on what DJ is saying here. You know, he says that that a new study shows that people would do better doing like 410s, and I totally agree with that. I listen to the Micro podcast too. Speaking of podcasts, Micro as a podcast, I really like Micro in general. He's a very intelligent guy, very logical guy, and he loves the working man, and he's like he's a people person too. So all of that together makes him a very good spokesperson for the blue collar people of the United States. So he's got a really cool podcast and by the way, his voice is ridiculously cool. Like
like yours.
Mike Rowe's voice is amazing. It's 10 times better than mine. I hate my own voice, but and it says he thinks that one thing that society needs to change, just because you go to college doesn't mean you're going to amount to nothing or amount to something. And I agree to that. A lot of people think that college is the
end all, the be all.
Right. Like you go to college, guaranteed success. And that's
not
just
true.
No, it's just not true. You have to do like what Phil did. You gotta plan, you gotta think ahead, you gotta look into the future. You can't just look into the very next year. You gotta like plan years ahead. I mean, think about it. You're spending a ridiculous amount of money per semester, right?
Yeah, it's almost I would say it's probably average now around $5,000 per semester.
And they
in-state
say
tuition.
They say it's almost like it's a gigantic waste of money for you to change your major, because likely the money that you've already spent in the classes and the time that you've already spent doing that, if it doesn't apply to your new major, it's almost like starting all over.
It's starting fresh. Yeah, and one thing that was told to me when I first came into the engineering program at Montana State University was, if you fail a class, you will be here for 5 years. If you fail one class in the engineering curriculum, you will be there for 5 years, because lots of classes depend on classes before it, etc. And then it waterfalls into the next year, and some classes are only in spring semesters, and then they're like basically the next year is you have to wait a year to go to that class again.
Yeah.
And then classes depend on that class, and so it pushes you back.
You're signing up for a program.
It pushes you back an entire year.
Yes.
Depending on your major, as an electrical engineer, I had some friends that failed one class and they ended up there for 5 years. And
well, one extra year is How much per semester?
I mean,
How
if you're going off my number for $5,000 a semester, you're talking $10,000. You're adding $10,000
plus
plus your living and your food and
expenses,
yeah. So it can get up there, and that's $5,000 is probably today's dollars. I'm not 100% certain on that. That's just a number I'm coming up with in my head because when I was going to school, it was around $3,200 to $3,500 a semester, and it's been 2 or 3 years since I've been in college, so it's probably a little bit more expensive. I know the rates go up every year. There's some legislation that has been trying to lock the rates in, so that it doesn't get any more expensive than it already is. I was paying in-state tuition too, and that's something that we should definitely at least touch on. Out-of-state tuition's like almost double that. It's expensive. It's ridiculous.
If you're not a resident, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we have somebody in the chat, and he's actually one of my good friends, Tyler. He said he failed physics too, and I switched majors sophomore year and graduated in 4 years. And it's also something to be said about the person you are. You really got to try hard to actually get through those challenges and still graduate in 4 years. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, you take on extra credits,
but it's extremely difficult.
Sure.
Tyler, I don't know if your experience was the same, but if I had failed a class, I definitely would have been taking another semester, at least. So that's another $5,000 that I would have had to pay to go to college and just to take like 2 or 3 more classes to finish out my degree. And that's a lot of money just to be paying for 2 or 3 classes. So.
DJ, I feel like that's pretty relatable there. You know, getting hurt playing baseball and you get stressed out totally. And now you're going to be paying on student loans, and you probably feel like there's nothing, there's nothing to really show for what you did, but that's not true either. You know, that you learned ridiculous amounts of things even though you may not even know it. And your experience too. Like college is an experience. So there's a lot of people that go to college for the experience, and I think there's some relevance to that. It's just a very expensive experiment for an experience.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I agree with you. The experiences that I had in college
they hold value,
irreplaceable. There are, and it's not just like hanging out with friends. It's learning how to live with people. Because I had lived with my family until I was 18 years old, and then I went and moved to college, and I had to live with a roommate, and I had to share a bathroom with 40 other dudes. Yeah, and you have to learn how to be respectful. You have to learn how to be considerate of other people's space and time.
That's right.
And I think that's something that's
a huge value in people's lives.
You're not technically paying for that, but you are in a sense because you have to at MSU. If you're an in-state or out-of-state student, you have to live in the dorms for either a semester or a year, unless you have family that lives in town and can write a note for you or whatever. There's some people that get around it by like faking notes and et cetera, et cetera. But they make you live in the dorms so that you can acclimate and make friends, and because college can be hard with nobody around to hang out with or help you through the hard times. Yeah. And I mean, that's where I met my wife, and I'd pay $80,000 again to meet her again. That's right. Oh my gosh, she's wonderful.
Yeah, I met my wife in college too. So
there you go. We both got wives out of college.
Yeah. Although I went to Bible college, so my college was lame. But
lame.
I learned a lot of things for sure, and it's exactly what I wanted to do. And and the end result for me was that I get to do a job just like I had described before. Like I get to do things that really make me feel great, and the desire and the design behind it is not to become rich. It's something completely different. It's
a different type of rich, I think.
And honestly, 99% of what I do in that job is counseling. I counsel people and kids and teenagers.
Which is a very rewarding thing to do.
For sure, because, man, as this world gets going and the years go by, I graduated 2002. So,
is this high school?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Graduated high school 2002, and even since then, the world has changed so much. The crazy things that middle schoolers deal with these days, and you're just like,
even since I was
your mind is blown.
Yeah,
dude.
I was in middle school in 2008, and I mean that's not that long ago. That's what 9 years ago, or 10 years ago, or whatever. I mean, things have changed even since then, drastically because of technology advances.
Exactly.
I can't even imagine what it would be like to be a kid now.
For sure.
We had Razor flip phones in high school, in middle school.
Yeah.
That was like the coolest phone you could have.
Cyberbullying wasn't a thing. It's not really called that anymore, but that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it was in its infancy, I guess. So it wasn't as bad as it is today.
Yeah, well, not for me. I mean,
It wasn't a thing for you back then.
Facebook and MySpace didn't even come around until I was in college. So
Yeah, well, 2 years later, 2004. Yeah.
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But I don't know. The kids deal with so much crazy stuff these days, and the world is nuts. So I get to experience and go through that with them and help them, and it's super rewarding. So that's what college amounted to for me. And of course I met my wife too. Oh yeah,
That's an oh yeah.
faux
Tell you what, son.
show.
Yeah, brother.
Well, let's end the podcast section here, and then we
Okay.
can keep talking and get a little crazy.
All right.
With some stuff. So, podcast listeners, see you later. See you next time. Well, maybe I'll hear you, or you'll hear us. I don't know how it works. Don't listen to me.
I mean, you should listen to him because that's what the point of this podcast is. And I hope you got through the first half of this podcast and ended up listening to this wonderful ear gem that just came out about
Yeah, it was totally cool.
college art. That discussion was actually very cool. It's nice to hear from somebody that didn't go to college that has opinions on college, and at least to give them my story, because I don't know if I had ever told you that type of thing before.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to actually share that with other people too.
I
and give
want to
them
bring up lots of stuff that I disagree with you on and fight you.
and give them some ideas of
Yeah.
what it looks like to go to college and then have a degree that will actually give you what you want in life. And that's kind of what happened to me.
Yeah.
But it was great talking to you, podcast listeners.
If you're watching our live stream, stick around.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into our whatever section. See you later, podcast listeners.
Peace, boys.
Peace out.